John C. Zacharis, Emerson College's 10th president, was a man with a mission. From the time he entered as a freshman in 1954 as a candidate to receive his Bachelor of Science in Speech until he was later named president of the college in June 1991, and until his untimely death early in 1992, John was always known as someone special. He returned to his alma mater following completion of his PhD at Indiana University and a brief stint teaching in California. He joined the faculty of the speech department in 1966 and later was named division chairperson in 1969. He then joined the administration in 1978 as vice president and dean of the college, and in 1984 was appointed senior vice president. This all led him to being appointed interim president in 1990 and finally college president in 1991. During his time as debate coach, he guided the Forensic Society to win over 125 awards. He also pushed for an expansion of the speech division curriculum to include communication theory, a step which eventually led to the division's name being changed to communication studies. As an administrator, he coordinated the Majestic Theater Project and oversaw the European and Los Angeles programs. Every step of the way, John was a front runner and guided Emerson to what he later termed the decade of distinction.
He started out as a friend. I was in the division. This division was one that he chaired. And throughout my tenure here, he was very encouraging. He was one who said, why don't you take some students out with you when you work in Tom Bradley's campaign in '86? So he took about 15 students out, and after that started working on what became the California program. And it's that type of vision that I think John had with regard to California, with regard to at least this division, and with regard to the European programs.
He could understand the seriousness of anything that was happening at Emerson, but he also had that twinkle in his eye. He had an absolutely infectious laugh. He had one of those laughs that were so infectious that I loved to try to say things to make him laugh because it was such a nice experience.
John was really very important in shaping my own academic career. He was someone who had enormous respect for human beings and for maximizing their potential. So that as I look at my own life, one of the things that I can see is how important a role he played in who I am. And certainly we all have several mentors as we move through different life stages, but John was clearly one of those mentors for me, and he did it beautifully.
That of all the people I've had the good fortune and luck of meeting and interviewing, and presidents and speakers of the House and all of that, I'd never met a man bigger than John Zacharis. That in truth, John Zacharis was a hero. He was a booster of people, a celebrator of people's lives. John Zacharis loved intellect, he loved human beings, and he loved being a facilitator of that magic. And he was. And he is. And as long as there is breath in the body of anybody who knew John, I believe he will always be our hero.
By virtue of the authority conferred upon me as chairman of the Board of Trustees of Emerson College, I am privileged to install you, John C. Zacharis, as the 10th president of Emerson College. As symbols of this installation, we present to you the Emerson College Charter and its bylaws. And now we bestow upon you the Presidential Seal of Office, which should be worn at those times in which you are attired in academic regalia.